Hello, hello, hello. All right. This is all about those of us that feel like, hey, it's just not coming off fast enough, right? So this is actually inspired by a client of mine who lost 4.6 pounds in less than 2 weeks. And when checking in with her, one of her I think it was her very first response was, I just wish it was coming off faster, right? And I want to give you some perspective. She's already in her 140s. So, the more weight we have, the bigger we might have a loss on the scale sometimes, but our bodies are very different. And I want to actually go through some of that stuff with you. But the reality is we all want it to come off faster. Like I'm in the same boat. Like we start putting in some work, and after a day or two of putting in some work, certainly a couple of weeks, like we want to see some results. Am I right or am I right? So real quick, as Facebook's grabbing you guys, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Erin Moore. I'm the founder of Success with More Nutrition. I'm also a network marketing professional, and I used to be plus size clothing, now down to a 2.4. I lost the weight before the babies. I lost it again after each baby. And I'm just here to really break it down and make things simple, because we love. I'm going to move this one over here a little bit. We love to overcomplicate healthy. We love to make it this big, monumental, thing that we have to overcome, and unless we're just all in, we're never gonna succeed. And what I want to tell you is we can break it down into bite-sized pieces, so this healthy thing is something that just becomes a part of you, becomes a part of your way of life, and it's simple and not scary. Anybody else scared of eating and getting healthy, right? So I want to break that down. And today I just really want to give you a different perspective on weight loss, okay? So hello over here to my profile page, and hello over here to my coaching page. So if you don't see me looking at you, it's because I'm talking in two directions. But so we really want to have our cake, eat it too. And I like to tell you, you can have your cake and eat it too. You can actually enjoy the good stuff, the treats and the splurges, and still lose weight, keep it off, and have a healthy and happy weight and lifestyle, okay? But we not only want to lose the weight and keep it off, we want to lose the weight, keep it off, and have the instant version, right? We don't want just the cake. We want it done now. We want it done yesterday. I hear a 4-year-old coming and crying. So just to give you guys a heads up, I might get cut off here. So, I saw there was this Russian immigrant comedian, and he says that his favorite thing about moving to America were the grocery stores, that he could go into the grocery store and he looked down and it says powdered milk, and I just have to add water and I can have milk. Awesome. And then he's like, and then there's powdered orange juice, and I just have to add milk or add water and I get orange juice. And he's like, and then I saw baby powder. What a country. So here she is. She's going to come join us for a minute. Hi. So anyway, that's just kind of a joke, but the reality is, guys, all right, I'll be with you in a minute, okay? Yep, I'm going to get you lunch in just a minute. I should have got them lunch before I did this. My bad. Boo-boo. Mom, mistake. Don't go live without them having lunch. I'm coming. So here's the thing. We're surrounded by tech. We're surrounded by tech that makes our lives easier, makes it faster, makes it more convenient. And then we tend to think that should bleed over into all areas of our realities, right? So we want that in our physical, our mental, our spiritual. We want to put it all in the same terms. And the reality is we just can't. I don't know if you're a praying person, but there are some days where I'm just I'm praying to God. I want to hear God. And my biggest prayer is just hey, let me hear you, because I want to hear you now. I want it in my time, right? I want to lose the weight. I want it gone yesterday. It's in my time, right? And so the reality is just because we have this tech that streamlines our life, and we've got all these super awesome, convenient ways to get XYZ done, powdered milk, right? Is that we can't then cloud ourselves with thinking that, all right, if I start a plan and I don't see the weight come off right away. Like I said, this was inspired by my new client who just lost 4.6 pounds. She's already in her 140s, lost 4.6 pounds in less than 2 weeks, and her immediate response was, I just wish it could come off faster. I know I'm being impatient, but I just wish it could come off faster, right? The reality is we didn't put the weight on overnight. It can't come off overnight. But what I want to really talk to you here about is not so much patience, but like the whole idea of thinking long. I was reading a book this morning. It was talking about thinking long, because we are always just like instant gratification. But what occurs for you if you cut out the pop or the sugary coffee on the way to work, or you add in a little bit more physical fitness, you increase your protein in your fruits and your veggies? Like, what occurs for you long term if you develop this habit? But really, what I really want to challenge you today is what occurs after you're no longer here, because you decided to make some better health decisions today and tomorrow and all these days. Even if the scale doesn't budge, even if the clothing size doesn't change as fast as you want, what occurs generations deep? What occurs sideways from your coworkers or friends or family that are inspired by your changes that then goes deep? What occurs when you think long? Because we get so wrapped up in, well, I started this new plan and it's not going the right way. I even gained. Anybody else had that experience before? I even gained weight and I started this plan. Well, one, we don't know if you gained muscle or if you gained fat or what occurred, but you know that you're feeling better. You know you have more energy, but because of what the scale did or did not do, you start or stop or continue or don't do that plan, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. We want things in lightning speed. And what I need to encourage you to do today, what I want to encourage you to do today, is think of the fact that every time you decide a little bit deeper that you really want that healthier you really want the energy, you really want to feel good when you get to go to this XYZ event, you really just want to feel good in your own skin, you really don't want to nap anymore when everything else is like, everybody else is doing fun stuff, right? Did I hit a chord? I cried in the dressing room. Anybody else? Like, that was my big moment of, I'm so sick of crying in the dressing room. Like, so sick of crying in the dressing room. That's not what life is about. But so what I want you to encourage you to do is every time you have that pit, think of it as a seed being planted. And the reality is we don't get to plant a seed and the flower's there the next day. We don't get to plant a seed and the flower's there 3 days from now. But why do we think when we start a new plan that we get to see the flower right away? The reality is, here, listen to this. Did you know that a cherub tree, I don't know if I'm saying that right, cherub tree, won't bear fruit until 70 years after it's planted? Now, the good thing is we can see our results before 70 years. I can promise you, as a health coach of 10 years, we can see our results before 70 years. But the reality is how old are you when you're planting a cherub tree? Not 2. So are you even going to be alive? If you were to plant a tree right now, will you be alive to see that thing ever bear fruit? No. People are planting them for generations, for their next generation and the generation after that. What are you doing with your health and fitness? So I know I'm not doing a lot of back and forth conversation, but I would love to know who's still on watching, who's popping on. Say hello. If this is your first time checking me out, please say new so I can say a warm, hearty hello. But it's always fun when you guys pop on. If you want to say hello, where you're watching from, all that good stuff. I love to have some back and forth interaction, and I love to say hi. So your cherub tree, and I don't know if I'm saying it right, but 70 70 years to bear fruit, but it doesn't mean that they're not getting planted. So they're planting them for the next generation, not even for them. So I'm not saying you have to get healthy. Hello, Kathleen. I'm not saying that you have to go get healthy for not for your glory, but for the next generation. But what I'm saying is what else? Think long. Think long. Think long into your life and long beyond your life. What occurs if you actually make different habits? What occurred when I went from plus size clothing down to a 2-4 and maintained and continued? That doesn't mean I don't eat junk food, guys. But it means so many other habits have become not only my habits, but I lost that weight before the kids came. Now they're 4 and 7, and they have those habits. Are they going to go off the deep end, explore what it is to eat fast food all the time? Do it? Probably, right? It's our God-given right to go out and figure out that crap makes us feel bad. And then they'll remember all the habits that they were taught all throughout their life and what they got to see me doing. My son now loves to just get down, do some push-ups, do his thing. Like, I'm going to get some muscles, right? He's 7. But he's excited about it, and he understands what good and bad nutrition is. He understands, he will actually identify, I ate junky food, and he actually gets a headache at age 7 from eating the junky food. So then he learns, right? So long, think long. What does your life look like in 10 years, not 10 days from developing new habits? And stop quitting on yourself. Stop going, well, that one plan didn't change the scale, so I'm ditching it and going back to eating Doritos and Mountain Dew for lunch. So what about the scale? I know you want it to change, and it will. But I'm telling you, I have so many people that I'm coaching that understand that they're feeling better, that their skin's better, that so many things are better, even if the scale's stuck and stubborn. It will come, but you have to quit giving up on yourself. The other thing, let's see, if not, like now I'm all skipping around. I think I just want to end on that. I have other things, but there's a bigger vision, right? The bigger your vision. Okay? If you want to lose 100 pounds, the longer out you have to think. Because the longer out you're going to think, the more it's going to keep you motivated to go regardless of what the scale thinks. So you think about what life looks like 50 years from now and for all of the generations below you because you changed that. What the generations beyond you after you're gone look like because you changed the course of your life. Because you quit just caring about only the scale, okay? So please, I know not everybody will watch this live, but for those of you watching today on this beautiful Sunday, please begin that process of thinking long. It's so much more, and you've heard me talk, if you've heard me, coach for a while, you've heard me talk about, you really need to get clear on why you're losing weight. Is it because you want to look sexy and at the party in October? Like, you can have those vanity things. That's okay. Is it because you want to ride the rides at the amusement parks and not have to sit out while your kids go do that? Do you have problems? Hey, I had an interruption over here. But so whatever it is. So I'm always talking about, like, you got to be clear on why you want to do it. But this is so much more than why you want to do it. It's so much more than the plan that you put in place. You have to have a plan. But this is so much more than the plan. Because we will easily ditch the plan. We'll just say screw it to the why if we don't see the results all based on a scale. So start thinking long. Start thinking long. People plant cherub trees even though they're not going to be around to see them. So you get an opportunity to change so much more than how you look and feel, but you can't continue to quit on yourself. Please just no more quitting. You can take a little break. You can go on a hiatus and eat all the crappy food. And then when it reminds you how bad you feel when you're eating the crap and when you're feeling better, feeling the good, don't be like, oh, it's got to be this big overall. And on Monday, I'm going to make sure I go shopping. I'm going to do all these things. Just make the little changes right now because it's you just actually creating that habit. So I hope that helps. I really hope that it does. I had some other good stuff to share, but I got on some rants, so I'm just going to leave that for another day. But guys, if you want to talk about how we can help you feel better and make this healthy thing simple, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Send me a message, okay? I have a couple freebies that I'd love to extend to you, or we can really just get down to the nitty-gritty and talk about how you can change your health and your mindset and your just all that, so that this can actually be something that sticks with you forever, okay? So have a absolutely beautiful day. I want to say hello. So Kathleen, I said hello when you popped on. What exercises do you do? You know what? I want to tell you, my first 44 pounds of weight loss was with zero exercise, okay? Exercise is great. It's going to increase your endorphins. It's going to give you all kinds of like just heart pumping motivation. But the reality is 80% of your results come from what you eat. So it's based on nutrition. I want to feel better. Kathleen, let's chat. Over here, I know I had Scott say some things. Hello, Scott. Hello. I'm like moving the screen around, so I know I have several of you guys. Patty, hello. All right, I'm scrolling through a bunch, but hello guys. And if you catch us on replay, just hashtag replay, because I want to catch you on the flip side and say hello then. But have a beautiful and healthy day, and always remember, keep healthy simple. Bye guys, high five, mwah, mwah. See you later.